Hey folks, boy, was that a challenge today. I am so sorry. I'm Donna Marie Crawford, and I think the video has started. I'm so sorry. I was having so much technical difficulties. How crazy is that? Spirit does work in mysterious ways, and I really believe that and trust it and don't understand it lots of the times, but that's okay. We don't have to understand. That's so human, such a human requirement, right? To understand everything and to try to figure it all out. Sometimes we're not going to be able to, and we're just going to have to go with it. And boy, have I learned that more and more as my years go on. I got my tech guy popping in over here. I love my Bob. I don't know what I'd do without him. I don't know what was happening there at the beginning of the live, but like I said, we're gonna go with it. Let's get the camera in a good spot so everybody can see me. And boy, Oreo has been trying to help too, folks. So we've all three been here working on this, and I'm so grateful to be here today to be able to share messages with you. It really is an honor always to share messages and give guidance and insights that Spirit shares with me to share with you. If you would like a card today, please just say, I would, or yes, please, or whatever it is that you're drawn to say for a request. I have a variety of cards here today with me. I was really pulled to have variety. I am famous when I was younger. I loved variety is the spice of life. And it truly is looking at it in a different way instead of looking at it as there's too much. When we look at it as variety, we know that it is divine and it is what we're meant to experience in that moment, in that day, whatever the case may be. Now, I would like to start off with the voice of knowledge as a message today for all that tune in and are here or coming in or will listen to the recording later. I'm horrible with names, so I'm just going to put this up. Let me scroll up so I can make sure that I have it in focus for you folks. Um, we love these cards, Bob and I. We have a box full of inspirational things to pull out anytime we're feeling drawn to doing that. So um, today I was asked to give a message from this deck for all that participate. I enjoy the presence of myself. Now I like this side of the card so much. If you see the dolphin, my daughter had a friend who that was the fun, famous. Thank you, famous thing she was known for. We all tend to be known for something. I got purple. Morning, Jenny. Hi, Renee. Um, it real. Thanks for being here so much. The dolphin always reminds me of this friend of Cindy's, and so she's in mine today for a reason. And this message is for anyone who comes in. I find myself smiling and having fun. Life is supposed to be fun, folks. Even when I am just by myself. The more I enjoy myself, the more I enjoy my life, and the more I enjoy the presence of everyone around me. Isn't that a beautiful message for us all for today and to carry with us for the week? I come on Fridays to share at lunchtime, but bring this message with you. And I like to do this at the beginning of the day because it's for everybody, and to let you know that when you watch those dolphins, you can't help but to feel as if they are having fun. That's what our heart tells us. And when we can hold on and revisit that feeling within us, we truly are having fun. We can't have fun and be stressed. It's just not biologically possible and energetically either. So, Bob and I are very famous for encouraging fun, asking you to have fun in all that you do, because that brings that etheric, divine energy always into the moment that you're experiencing. So I really truly love this first card here with the dolphin. What a beautiful deck of cards. There's so many wonderful messages in here. So I see Renee is asking for a message. And you know, Miss Renee, I'm being pulled to this deck for you. The Trust Your Vibes from Sonia Choquette. This is a wonderful deck because, you know, Miss Sonia grew up being encouraged to listen to those vibes. And it's just second nature to her, as we call it. It's just automatic for her to trust her vibes. But many of us want to increase our ability. We weren't always asked, how do you feel about that? Very often we were told how to feel about things. And when we're told, we start to get trained. And then we don't really have the opportunity of connecting with our vibes. So this is a reminder. So Miss Renee, this is the message for you. Woohoo is wonderful. Now, isn't that a fun, interesting? And what I want to tell you about this deck also is it does come with a guidebook. A lot of the Oracle cards do that. This is the number one card, Miss Renee. I think that it's just so beautiful that the first card in the whole deck came out for you. And I just want to give you a definition from in here. If you want to experience the joy of sixth sensory living, you must completely accept your psychic sense as nature. Isn't that wonderful? And we were just saying, Spirit, was sharing with you that Sonia, it was just second nature. She just lives it. Better yet, make it your first sense in terms of value to you. I truly have shifted into a time, Ms. Renee, in our journey here in life that we, Bob and I both, follow that sixth sense, that inner feeling. Um, Sometimes I'm a little wacky and a little bit bright ideas, he says, but it really is giving me the ability to find that, to follow that divine guidance that I get. Accept that you are a fully operating, divinely guided, sensory being who is getting into the flow of higher vibration. That's what I wanted to share about the woohoo. It's celebration. It's happy. Um, it's our version as adults of being able to go ah and be happy. So please, Miss Renee, allow yourself to and go out and woohoo because it is wonderful. And just as the first card shared, when you share yourself and your energy with others, oh, you cannot help but to feel others in a more positive way, and they feel you, and then everybody's uplifted. And isn't that what we all strive for, is to have that happy, uplifted energy around us, within us, uh, always. And following those feelings is truly living from that sixth sense first. Okay, Miss Jenny, I'm going to that voice of knowledge deck for you, Jenny. Um, it's an older deck. Let me see. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. I can see. Um, it's a smaller deck, and you know we have all shapes, sizes, forms in our decks, and I encourage you to do the same. It's just fun to collect things that are tools of inspiration that can give you guidance, but it can also share with you, knowing that I already know these things. I can feel these things. I can sense these things. But it's always nice in the human form to have some kind of physicality to that confirmation. And when I was really craving that, that's where all the card decks came in. So I'm asking Spirit to share with us and with Miss Jenny the message for her best and highest good. Please always remember, if you hear a message that you feel applies to you but was given to someone else, trust it does. trust and know that you heard it, you connected with it, and Spirit does work in ways. Divine Creator of all creates all, and those opportunities came to you, it connected with you. You're meant to embrace it and follow that guidance, especially when you feel it. I keep doing that feel because we can all associate to that heart expanding, like in that Grinch cartoon at Christmas time, and his heart grew. Well, we feel that, and when you can have something you relate to, that I like to use that, and that's what Spirit uses with me to share with you to just get it. All right, Miss Jenny. The way to transform what you believe about yourself is to unlearn what you've already learned. And I'm going to put this first side up for you. Let's see if I can get it without a reflection on it for you. I love the doves. It's not going to cooperate with me today, this camera of mine. I do my best, but it doesn't always. There we go. The doves and the hair flowing, and that brings me really to a place of feeling the freedom. Okay? When you unlearn, your faith returns to you. Your personal power increases, and you can invest your faith in new beliefs. Often many of us have gotten those messages that, when our hands are full of something, think about just, physical. When our hands are full of something, we really don't have room for anything more. We really just try to figure out how to balance and stack, and things start falling. But when you can unlearn, the way to transform what you believe about yourself is to unlearn what you've learned. When you unlearn, your faith returns to you. Your personal power increases, and you invest your faith in new beliefs. And that's where Spirit has always been guiding through me to others, is to trust in your beliefs and to understand that we really have been trained to have certain beliefs. And it was very well intended, most of us through our parents and what they believed and shared with us. I'm very open about talking about being Roman Catholic, have all my sacraments, and there's much of what is taught there that doesn't resonate completely with me. So it's part of pieces of my puzzle of belief and spiritualness. And find yours, Jenny. Find what feels right to you, because truly, when you understand, and we all can relate to this, and we can all grow from this message, is when we know that our beliefs are meant to be our beliefs, because we are individual divine beings of light here, meant to shine our light in the best way possible. And when we do that individually, we create the whole in a much more positive way. And instead of always trying to be as someone else is and having their belief, when we bring our beliefs in, we expand all that is and all that can be. So thank you, Miss Jenny, for allowing us to have that message for you today. Okay, let's see. Leslie, I have this deck today that I'd like to share from with you. Money and the Law of Attraction cards. This was a deck that we really like. I love Esther Hicks sharing Abraham. So profound are the messages that come through, and so simply. As humans, we really like to complicate things and make it seem harder than it is. And Abraham came through Esther, I feel, to really help us all understand it doesn't have to be hard. It really doesn't. We really are divine beings, and we really are connected, and we really are meant to contribute. So let me just get my energy into this deck for you, Miss Leslie, and ask Spirit to share with us the messages that are for your best and highest good. You're welcome, Jenny. I love that that card came through and the message was shared. Oh, you're just such a wonderful energy. Thank you for being here. Leslie, Please bring through what's for the best and highest good for Miss Leslie in this deck of cards. I love this one for you, Miss Leslie. Sometimes when I go into that law of attraction on money matters, people get a little squishy on that. But law of attraction is the same as the law of gravity for me. It's there. I can't see it. I can't touch it, but I know it's very real. And when I know it's there, then I can work with it. We work with gravity. Um, so let's work with the law of attraction as much. So again, this is the deck of cards from um, money and the law of attraction cards. The better it gets, the better it gets, Miss Leslie. Let me see if I can. I love to look at the cards and I like to really do my best to share them because illustrations will often, oh, it's just, there we go, give you more messages. I see the one eye being shown. I think the shape is meaningful, and I feel that the rocket of desire is being sent up. When you deliberately seek positive aspects of whatever you are giving your attention to, you, in a sense, tune your vibrational tuner to more positive aspects of everything. And of course, you could tune yourself negatively as well. But as you are deliberately looking for positive aspects in yourself or in others, you will find more of these things. The better it gets, the better it gets. I feel like that's a real mantra for you, Miss Leslie. For you get more and more of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So let's start thinking about better. Things are better. Um, I'm being asked to share the message that often comes through me, and it's that when we are grateful, we find there's more to be grateful of, and just starting your day with a little list of things that you're grateful for, and ending it at the end of the day for the things that you're grateful for that day, you'll find that there are different things, and the more you have, the more you'll find to have. And it's a wonderful phenomenon that we're all meant to experience. So, but it can work the other way too, Miss Leslie. When we stay in that humdrum, think of lack, think of not having, think of want, want, want. I just thought of that teacher on the Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah. That's what it seems to be. And we never take the time to realize just how we received. Because we all receive. And we receive so much all the time, every moment of every day. When we just take that time within ourselves, doesn't have to be any big elaborate thing. I really encourage people to write out gratitude journals just to have a list of things so that if you do shift into that other say energy, you can pick up that gratitude journal. You can read it. You can see there is much to be grateful for. And the more you're grateful, the more there is to be grateful for. The way you see things in a positive way, the more positive there is to see. So thank you, Leslie, for asking for a card today. It brought a wonderful message to us all. If you'd like to ever have a individual session with me, I really would encourage you to check out the link that's in the chat, DonnaMarieCrawford.com. I have offerings that range in all comfort levels and all I really wish that everybody has that ability to connect with messages and insights. So I do my best to make it accessible to everyone. Okay, Miss Amy, it's so wonderful to see you here. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this live event today. Um, it's something that I've been wanting to do and had some resistance, but really enjoy being able to connect with you all and share messages. So thank you, Amy, for being part of what brings that light and divine guidance to others into the world. And Miss Amy is an incredible person too. Dragonfly is a wonderful reference that I just want to make. Okay, Miss Amy, let's see what this message is. All the drama of human suffer is the result of believing in lies, mainly about ourselves. The first lie we believe is, I am not the way I should be. I am not perfect. It's just a story, but we believe it. And we stop being ourselves and searching for an image of perfection. And what an it absolutely, I just love, again, the illustrations. You see this, she's in the mirror, but her eyes are closed. She cannot see herself because of the stories that we've been given. So many of us have been given stories that have suppressed us from being truly ourselves. And I am privileged to be part of Miss Amy's life, and this is perfectly aligned to continue to encourage you to keep that lotus blossoming, keep all that is meant to be come out from within you. Trust that you are meant to come out and allow others to have that divine energy, support, love, healing, joy of experiencing your divine purpose and brilliance and light. Because many of us need to keep repeating that I am perfect, I am perfect, I am perfect. And Amy, I just have to tell you, I did not see this card, but I'm going to give you a second card, Miss Amy. It's the next one in the deck. Everything in God's creation is perfect. If we don't see our own perfections, it's because of the lies in our story that keep us from seeing the truth. The truth is that every human is born perfect because only perfection exists. And we can so easily, that's why I did it, Miss Amy. Look at that lotus and the hummingbird and the reference to perfect. The other side of the card is just a little smaller picture of it. Oh, thank you for allowing us to have that. We are all perfect. Can make us all squirm pretty good when we start to try to say that to ourselves about ourselves. But I've been inspired of late, and it's coming through because once I get the message, sometimes it's meant to be shared over and over to others as well as myself. But when you take a hold of one of your baby pictures and you take a look at that and realize that when you were born, everybody was saying that about you, how perfect you are, what a beautiful baby. Oh, she's just precious, as he is just so handsome. All those things were said about us. Then the stories started coming and we forgot. So let's grab those baby pictures, bring them in the forefront for us all, and start realizing I am that baby and that baby is me. And if that is so, then I am perfect, because we know Creator only makes perfection. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Charlene, I love you so much. Let me see here. Where am I being pulled for you? Well, I'm definitely going to the Esther Hicks and Abraham and the law of attraction. Amy has been instrumental. Sorry, Amy, you just popped back in. You've been instrumental in supporting me to do this, as well as Miss Charlene. Work I've done with Amy, Dragonfly Wellness, has really been a higher purpose in my life. And Miss Charlene has just been a dear friend, a mentor, a girlfriend, a client. We used to do when I was in Connecticut, we did the fun girl nights out together, and oh, she's just amazing at what she does. And I love you, Miss Charlene. So thank you for being here. I'm asking Spirit as I shuffle this deck to bring for Miss Charlene the message that is for her best and highest good today, that she can carry forward and know was divine guidance meant for her. My life is as good as I allow it to be. Many people focus upon unwanted things with no deliberate attention to the emotional guidance within them. And then they try to compensate for their lackful thinking with physical action. And because of the misalignment of energy, they do not get results from their action. So then they try harder by offering more action, but still things do not improve. Like the air you breathe, abundance in all things is available to you. Your life will simply be as good as you allow it to be. Oh, that does seem to be coming through a couple of times for maybe some of us to hear it more than once. I know I'm one of those souls that like to hear things more than once. When you see this card, Charlene, I'm trying to get the glare off and get it in focus, so it's not working with me. Yeah, let's go closer. Sometimes that helps me see it come into view. You can see her arms upstretched. You can see eyes looking up and you can see eyes looking forward. But when you see that red light in the middle of her chest and the etheric strings, people call them, I call it just energy. Um, I'm going to try to stop focusing now. I see how that connection is to the heart, and that is what is the most divine connection. And when you keep that in alignment and know how deserving you are, life is good, and you can allow it. You are deserving. You are certainly a being of light, an angel to many of us in life, Miss Charlene, and we want that for you as well as you should for yourself. To know that you got it going on, and it's good that you got it going on, and to keep it going on because you need to allow yourself to have those experiences you're meant to have and keep on going. Life is too good to get out of the flow of things and to just think of unwanted. So when we get what we know is wanted and we can feel it and our actions align with it, we can just marvel at how things do come forward and align. Now, I would like to also do a card for Miss Dawn, um, and it's Miss Dawn Hohack that I'm thinking of at this moment. Um, Again, I think I'm drawn to for you, Miss Dawn, um, Miss Dawn Hohack, that the voice of knowledge. A lot of transitioning going on in many people's lives, and knowledge is always something that's a wonderful thing to allow ourselves to absorb. And if it's given to someone else, that's okay. If it connects with me, I know it was meant for me too. So I ask you to open up to that. Um, Please allow me to share personal individual messages with you if you feel so inclined. You can find out information about me at donnamariecrawford.com. It's pinned in the comments here. You can just click there and go on over and take a look. I also have a private group, Free to Be Psychic.com. You can find out information there. It's a bunch of us in a little community that's growing every day, that are there to support each other and trusting and believing in our intuitive knowings and understanding how nothing's crazy or weird or strange. It's all divine. Um, so you can find out information about that there. So for Miss Dawn, I'm asking Spirit to share messages that are for your best and highest good today, and the one that is meant to give you the support that you're most needing at this time in your journey. Listen to the silent voice of your integrity. When the voice of knowledge becomes the voice of integrity, your emotional body becomes the way it was when you were a child. You return to the truth, to your own common sense. You return to love, and you live in happiness again. This deck is wonderful with the oh, perfect. With the illustrations of the hair blowing. When the voice of knowledge becomes the voice of integrity, your emotional body becomes the way it was when you were a child. You return to truth, to your own common sense. You return to love, and you live in happiness again. You know, Ms. Donna, I used to think that common sense was a God given thing. That's what people say, right? So we think everybody has the same common sense because our common sense should be common sense. It's a God given thing. What I've been gifted to know and am able to share with you today, uh, as being inspired from Divine Creator, is our common sense is going to be different than other people's common sense. It's meant to be that way. Everything else about us is our own individual place. Now, there's many things we can all agree on that is common sense. You got to stop at a stop sign. You know, you let someone else, you hold the door for someone else. It just is common sense. You would do that. But it's not for everybody. And it's okay that theirs don't match ours. And that, you know, if they don't like what we like, then that's okay too. Our common sense is meant for us. And when we have to allow ourselves to be with others, we do find ourselves melding and working together and adjusting, but allowing yourself to trust what's true to you and what makes sense to you will always give you the direction of your best and highest good. And when you are following the direction of your best and highest good, you are always going in the most positive directions for all around. It's hard for us to see that sometimes because we think we're putting someone out, we're not considering their wishes. That's okay and understandable from another's perspective. But when you use that common sense, that inner feeling, when you get into that place of knowing that you can connect, you can ask questions, and you can get answers. It's the questions we all know. And when we allow ourselves to follow what the next question was that came after the answer that caused us to have more questions, we'll have the next question. So thank you for allowing me to be able to share that with you. Now, I have Bob sitting right here, and Spirit just put my little radar over to Bob. Um, Honey, I'm going to share with you today a card from the Esther Hicks Money and the Law of Attraction. This I love the messages on this card, these cards, and the illustrations give you something to think about too. I do my best to get the pick cards up there. My career is one of creating a joyful life experience. Let me see if I can get this on the camera for others and let Bob see it too. There we go. Oh, I finally get the range, right? If your dominant intent is to feel joy while you are doing the work, your torrent of intentions, freedom, growth, and joy will come quickly and easily into alignment. See your career as one of creating a joyful life experience. You are not a creator of things or a regurgitator of what someone else has created or a gatherer of stuff. You are a creator, and the subject of your creation is your joyful life experience. This is your mission. This is your quest. That is why you are here. What a beautiful message to share. And there's just so much coming from this being that's straight looking up. And, you know, trust to know that illustrations convey things to us often in a way that can't be spoken, but is awful also in the general beliefs of others. And the upstretch, the uplook, we all think of heaven as up, and we know what we think of as down. But it's just a matter of, again, those beliefs. I've been gaining more and more trust and experience to know that it's not just up, it's all around, and it's always there for us. Um, Spirit is really an unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you. I love that word. Unbelievable. We are human. We are meant to be logical beings here. So let's use that logic and stay in the joyful part of our EGS scale that Esther has provided from Abraham, where we can feel just a little bit better if we so choose. I thank you for being here today and allowing me to share messages from Spirit. I don't know why I look a little bit off um, focus right now, but I have been having some technical difficulties, and anyone that has come, anyone that has allowed us to have readings and messages and insights, um, thank you. It's been divine alignment that we were able to share this time. Um, I hope I'm not blurry for you folks. I do look a little blurry to me. I'm looking at my tech guy as like a. Is the video coming through okay?
It's a little blurry.
It's a little blurry. I don't know what's going on, folks. I don't know if I messed it up trying to focus the cards in. You know, cameras can be a little bit sensitive. Oh, I know. I think I'm on the wrong camera. That's why I was having such difficulties. But we're good because we're figuring things out. And Spirit, I've been I've had a wonderful life journey. I've had a wonderful abundance of experiences to enable me to gain more belief and trust and absolute knowing that Creator is with me always, and that I am an individual who does have my unique brilliance and energy, and I have always affected electronic items, street lights. Used to think that was my imagination. It's not. Different things, and not intentionally. It's just high energy, and we all know energy can never be destroyed. It changes forms. So thoughts are things, and when I connect with Creator and I'm asking for messages for others, I don't know, things go wonky sometimes with electronics. Can't explain it, don't want to. And just as we started, I don't have to know the why. All I have to do is trust and believe and know that Creator is always with us, wanting me to share inspiration to others. If you'd like to find out more about me, I am at donnamariecrawford.com. I am always honored to share spirit guidance and messages with you. And I think that would be about the end of the requests for cards today. I would like to do one more just for my friend Miss Dawn. Um, let's see, Daily Living. This one we haven't used, and I'm being asked to bring one message through today. So this is the deck, Ayala Van Zant, Tips for Daily Living. Um, this they just call it a 50 card deck. There's nothing on there about being inspirational, just tips for daily living. So that's a wonderful card to close with today. I asked to have a message for Miss Dawn Doobie. Let me take that card out of there. For what is for her best and highest good. And I thank Spirit for bringing that guidance through and trust that it will be helpful. Whom have you made smile lately? This is a fun illustration, Miss Dawn. Camera's giving me a hard time, folks. I'm going to that. That's because I've been trying to go to the wrong camera. Well, you could see that illustration. I don't have to get the words in. There we go. Are you willing to make someone smile today? It only takes a minute to lift someone's spirit, and it only takes a smile to make someone's spirit soar. You know, I love this card for you, Miss Dawn, because you are one that does this so often for others. And when you're needing it, it seems to be a bit lacking. But know and trust that when you initiate it, it really does come back tenfold, hundredfold, gazillionfold. It really is your brilliance in this life to share with others. And when you share with others, you feel absolutely more complete yourself. Um, this is meant to encourage you to know that you can have more joy, and it is your choice. And when you share with others, that's when you are feeling full in yourself. You know, growing up, I was always told you can't love someone else unless you love yourself. And I always wondered if I really could love myself because I never fit up to anything anybody said. And truly, when I did start to realize that by loving others, it did help me love myself more. It did fill up that part of me that needs to be interacting with others, that needs to know I am having a effect positively on others' life journey. So keep that in mind. Get your smiles going. Allow yourself to be smiled at, and that um, it was directed right to you. Now, I think Mr. Oreo wants to say goodbye to everybody, so I am going to let him come over here. He's giving Bob a real hard time. And he is one of my divine sources of positive energy always. And he always finds a way to be part of things. And there he goes. So from Oreo and Bob and I, and Spirit for sure, Divine Creator, bringing all this wonderful energy through to everyone. Thank you for allowing us to spend some time with you today live, and thank you for coming and asking for guidance. If you're listening to the recording later and a message connects, trust it was meant for you too. And thank you all for coming here and asking for those messages for yourself, and the ones given to you will also be received by others in their divine time, in their divine way. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Look forward to seeing you next week, and I'll do my best to try to do a surprise pop on sometime between now and then. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Oreo. You're so good.